What's up, Aries? It's your reading for the week, and I'm back in the downstairs studio. It's good to be back. I hope everybody's week was good and productive, and we're done with the first week of the new year. Wow, my shuffling is horrible. If you're new here, my name's Tori. And I post my podcast on this channel every Monday, the Tori Franco Show. That's the name of this channel. Monday at 12 p.m. I do the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I do y'all on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Wednesdays are water signs. Thursdays are air signs. Fridays, earth signs. 12 p.m. Every video is uploaded at 12 p.m. Eventually, I'll get the schedule out to everybody. If you want to support me in any single solitary way, it's all linked in the description below. There's this new website. It's called Ko-fi, spelled Ko-fi.com, and you can do a one-time donation to the channel. If you want to book a reading, that's linked in the description below. All the support is greatly appreciated. I appreciate y'all. 4 of Cups. This kept wanting to come out. This is about weighing out options, the 4 of Cups. Okay. All right. I had something else I wanted to say, but let's just get into the reading. I don't want to waste too much time. Temperance. Okay. I feel like there's a balancing of some options that you may be having, really figuring out. It feels like what I want to say is like you're figuring out the weight of certain decisions. Like if I do this is the weight of that, if I do this is what this decision would weigh. 4 of Pentacles. That could be about conservation of energy, saving money, really looking at your resources and where you need to kind of pull it back a little bit. It makes sense because it's the beginning of the year. A lot of times we're doing a lot of assessing and stuff like that. The 4 of Cups can be an energy of like not really being grateful for the resources, though. That's the only thing. The 4 of Cups can be a little bit of a bratty energy. It can be like you're not grateful for the options that are in front of you. And the Temperance is kind of needing to be patient. In a situation, it's needing moderation, needing to trust the balance and kind of the alchemy in the process. It's very much a card of transmutation. Right? So I'm feeling this vibe, Aries, where you're needing to really take that ungrateful sort of energy that you might be approaching a situation with and kind of take a step back and really see where it is there are opportunities. You know what I mean? And the 4 of Pentacles, I kind of want to see what that means, but that's, again, about conserving your energy, not really giving. It's like now's not a time to give. Now's a time to really just assess and maybe even try to get a different perspective on a situation. Strength. It's like seeing your worth in a situation as well. The strength is definitely about self-love. It's about courage. It's about confidence. It is, again, on this particular card, there is a yellow rose growing onto a cactus. So you might be right, like exactly like I'm saying. You might be faced with some sort of situation that on paper maybe does not feel or look as good as it could or should in your head. I'm really feeling like you're needing to take a step back and kind of count your blessings in some sort of situation. 3 of Swords comes out. That is about inconveniences. It's about things not really, like I said, things not really. The Three of Swords can be a heartbreak, right? But it's not the most, it really isn't the most painful card in the deck. It's not. You get a Ten of Swords, that's deep fucking pain and trauma. The Three of Swords is something that might sting a little bit, but it's definitely something you can fucking get over and push through. I mean, even the traumas are push throughable, you know what I mean? But the Three of Swords isn't as detrimental as it feels in that moment. When the Three of Swords happens, it feels very like my world is over, but it's really not. And it's only in like hindsight, or really taking that step back, finding the balance and really transmuting that energy into something that can be good for you, that can work for you, right? That we realize, damn, I shouldn't have wasted so much time on that, you know, on feeling that way, on that feeling. And that could be anything, really. That could genuinely be anything. I'm really curious about this Four of Pentacles. It is the Six of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse sometimes can be a little bit of like embarrassment, not wanting to be seen, not wanting to show your cards, especially under the Four of Pentacles. There may be things that you might not be wanting to speak up about, Aries. Things that you're ashamed of, ashamed to admit, or secrets you might be holding close to your chest or something like that. Oh, did I show you all the card? I don't know. There it is, though. And maybe that's what's best, honestly. The Six of Wands also can be a little bit of ego, being in your ego, saying, like, conquering something just for the sake of conquering it. You know, having control over a situation just because you want to be in control, not because it really means a lot to you. And so there might be some sort of thing, like I said, or even belief that you're holding on to, Aries, that would probably be better suited for you, or you'd be better suited to let go of that feeling or that belief, whatever it is. Because, yes, it's something that might not feel the best, but once you let it go, once you see the blessing in the situation, you'll really have that clarity. This is I want to say this is the Page. It's the Guardian of Swords. No, not the Page. The Knight. I want to say that's the Knight. It feels like a Knight of Swords card. And that, again, is very, it's quick energy, it's planning, it's maybe quick communication. Let's see, what else we got? The High Priestess. This is a good card that indicates you really, like I said, right now I don't feel is a time of movement for you. With that Knight of Swords, that is a card of movement, right? But I feel like it's more mental movement. So if you're planning something, now is the time to really start jotting the things down in your head, right? Now is the time to get things down on paper and write down your ideas and have certain conversations with people that you could fucking trust about whatever it is you might be trying to do. The High Priestess is definitely a card of, it's a card of being still and just trusting the process. Again, there's some sort of higher trust you're needing to have in a situation where things might be one way or might seem one way, but they're really another, if that makes sense. And it feels as though you're not really seeing the good in a certain situation, or maybe you're not seeing the lesson. The High Priestess comes out when you really need to be neutral and not see something as good or bad, and just see it as it is what it is type of thing, it's being in touch with your intuition and knowing that there's a higher lesson involved. The Explorer, I think this is the Page of Wands in reverse can sometimes be a little bit of immaturity, impulsivity. Again, you might be wanting to do something, like act on something, but the cards are saying it's best to just kind of chill with your emotions and really get things balanced. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Like I said, what did I say? Now's not really the time to be, I would say, even be collaborating with other people, or actually taking, like I said, it's just this card of taking action. This is the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles in reverse definitely is indicative to me of like being on your own for a little bit, possible, I mean, the Hermit isn't out, but like possible solitude or just really working alone. And there it is, Page of Wands in reverse. I think this is the Page of Wands in reverse. I'm pretty sure. I hope so. Yeah, Page of Wands in reverse it's kind of that energy of like things are, especially when it's in reverse, things are not fully, they haven't budded yet. Things haven't really come to the surface yet. So you're not, it's like you might not be seeing the progress in a situation, which is fine. We don't always see the progress right away. The Page of Wands sometimes wants validation like that. And if the Page of Wands doesn't get that validation, it's very likely that the Page of Wands can sometimes feel a little unappreciated or like a failure or something like that. And I'm not saying that's how you're feeling, but the Page of Wands in reverse is very just doesn't see the full picture, isn't seeing the full picture. And that's kind of like what a children, I'm not saying y'all are being children, but like it's very childlike energy in the sense of like it's an immature way of looking at the situation, right? A wise person approaches the situation. The High Priestess, right, approaches the situation, any situation, because she's in touch with her intuition and understands how the universe works, and she's wise and all not all knowing, but she's wise and trusts the process. She looks at the situation and says, okay, well, I can acknowledge that this is not a preferable feeling, but I can also acknowledge that anytime I've had a moment where there wasn't a preferable, where there was a not so preferable feeling, there was a bigger, higher lesson that I learned, right? The High Priestess always knows that and understands that. The Page of Wands is kind of in reverse, the opposite of that. Kind of like looking at the situation with newer eyes, like only hyper-focused on the lack in some sort of situation. And that's what it's kind of giving. It's giving, like, again, needing to really be grateful. Seven of Cups in reverse is at the bottom of the deck. That's about seeing things for what they are, It's kind of taking the lens off, taking that step back to see the big picture. Eight of Wands, upright. We love this card when it's upright. That's about rapid growth and change. Communication. It could be just like you paying attention to the universe. Again, with the High Priestess here, it's like you being in touch with your intuition enough that you're recognizing the signs from the universe. Or like, if you believe in spirit guides, the signs from your spirit guides. Like something like that, where you're getting the message. You're understanding the message, And there's no question that intuitively, like, that's not a coincidence. That is an absolute message for me, right? The moon in reverse. This could be a revelation of something, of some sort. That could be a card that represents you finding something out. Again, like getting quick communication that, like, it's not even a question. You know that is your message, you know, because it comes next to the Eight of Wands. It could also be a card of a little bit of paranoia and fear when it's in reverse. It's like you, again, needing to find, I'm really feeling this, not a balance between, but the Temperance is here, so that can represent balance, but being patient in a situation, trusting the process, a lot of being in touch with your intuition, but also having the mental clarity that you need. Just really, really needing to kind of be grounded in your process. That's what I would fucking say, Aries. The devil. The devil is about, again, I'm really feeling this balance between like your intuition and the physical, what you're seeing play out in the physical, right? So going back to what I was saying, and especially with the Temperance here, it's like, like normally the devil can be insecurities, blockages, stuff like that, right? I feel like your block could be the things that are manifesting in the physical world, like almost like you're too in touch with the physical, but there needs to be a balance. Sometimes there are things happening behind the scenes. If you're here, you somewhat believe in you have to somewhat believe in some sort of like fucking esoteric shit, you know, the universe,